All right, so I'm noticing a couple things, right, in trading. I'm noticing that when I would trade demo and when I would trade funded accounts or combines to get funded, I noticed that when I trade demo, I have no emotions, right? I would have good psychology, I would have the good narrative, I had the good bias for the day, and I would take trades based on the higher time frame narrative and bias for the day, and I'd have no emotions and I wouldn't care. I'd be good, and then those trades win. I'm noticing that another thing too that's important is timing, because you can have the right narrative, you can have the right bias, but if you pattern trade time or if you enter into the market when the market doesn't give a signal that is buying for that specific time, you're gonna lose, right? Because like I'm noticing that today was longs. Today was longs. There was an SMT at 930, a SIBI disrespect, respected the BISI in a displacement, right? It disrespected the SIBI, rebalanced and then displaced. I entered at 930. That trade went to the drawn liquidity. It got met easy. Then I noticed price came back again at 946, 930 to 940. It retraced. So I was like, okay, we retraced. So I'm looking for price to reverse up. And I seen a SIBI got disrespected. I entered, stop loss below the manipulation wick. Price went up. It won. Then I closed the trade. Then I seen at 945, 946, price was going down. And I entered and I seen that, yeah, buyers were still to play, but it was going against my position because the specific time I entered didn't give, hey, let's buy. Even though you can enter into the market with a good narrative and good bias, if you don't enter in at the perfect time where it tells you, hey, buy right here, we're going to do some buys right here, you're going to lose. And you're going to get mad and frustrated. Like, I had the right bias. I had the correct direction. The trade idea was perfect. Why did it went against me? Because the time you enter, you only want to enter in when, let's say, the higher time frame narrative is buys. Only enter the market when it gives you signals to buy. What signals that you're going to buy? Bullish SMT. We met a drawn liquidity. We turtle suit the drawn liquidity. Or either we get SMT. Yeah, so we had an SMT, met a drawn liquidity. Cool. Those are the manipulations you identified. What else do you want to see? You either want to see a SIBI disrespect. Okay, we got a SIBI disrespect. You can enter off that SIBI disrespect because, mind you, we're bullish on a higher time frame, right? If you too scared for the SIBI disrespect entry, okay, wait a little more. Wait for a rebalance. Right, you wait for a rebalance into the BISI that was created after the next two candles print. So price prints up, closes above a SIBI, leaves behind an imbalance, wait for the rebalance, wait for the displacement, you enter. But you're confident because you're going with a higher time frame narrative. Then you just take your 1-to-1 and then you're out. Some people would hold to the drawn liquidity higher because, price goes from liquidity to liquidity. So if it tells you that liquidity is going for the next liquidity, you can target that. Or just target your 1-to-1 while it's on the way there, right? Then from there, you're good. It's like you won. And, you can either take the risky entry, which is just a SIBI disrespect, or you can wait for a rebalance into the BISI to then take a displacement entry. But it was the timing that I entered. So at 930, it showed me that, hey, we're buying right here. We're going with a higher time frame narrative here. Now, I seen again, right? After price displaced from 930 to 940, 940 to 9, I think I'm mixing it up. So yeah, from 930 to 940 now, it displays down. Okay, I was like, bet. So 945, we should get a push up. We got to push up. Because we're seeing that the market is continuing the bullish direction. The bullish direction was SIBI disrespect, right? So we took an entry at 946, SIBI disrespect, TP got smacked. Then I seen from 940 like 950, it started coming back down and was selling off heavy. But if you entered in later than that time frame, like after 950, it's like you would have lost. You would have lost money because now you're not entering in when the market is saying we're buying, because the market has to go up and down. Ultimately, it's going to go up, but it got to go up, then it got to go down, got to go up. You will only enter only when the market is going up. And what will tell you when the market is going up? SIBI disrespect, SMT, turtle soup at drawn liquidity. then you get in on the buy positions. You only enter in buys. So like if today is bullish, if today's trend is bullish, if the market is bullish, only enter in buy signatures. No shorts at all. And now let's say the market is bearish. The market is bearish, cool. What will tell you that we're ready to go down? Drawn liquidity gets met higher. We get an SMT and a total swoop at a high. A BISI disrespect. You can slap on that entry and enter, or BISI disrespect, which is a displacement candle, rebalance, displacement, enter, target liquidity or target your 1-to-1. But every time you see the price coming back, don't enter. Don't enter, Don. Don't enter. If the whole entire market is bearish, we're only take shorts that's validating a bearish sentiment, right? A turtle swoop at a high, SMT, we just took out a high and we disrespected the BISI. If I want for more confirmation, rebalance displacement. If not, just enter, stop loss above that wick, protected wick, and let price go. And if you lose after going with narrative, you most likely won't, bro. 70 to 90% chance you will not lose going with narrative. You won't. I'm not gonna lie. It becomes so easy. Like I took 2 different positions in 2 different time frames that both gave buy opportunities. And that shows you that trading really is probabilities. You want to take the trade that is higher probable. And a higher probable trade is going to be a trade that goes with higher time frame. A lower probable trade is going to be trades that go against the higher time frame narrative, right? So I'm noticing that trading, when they say trading is really probabilities, you want to put yourself in the best position to profit. That's what all trading is. And while you position yourself in the best place to make money, you want to make sure you have good risk so your psychology won't mess up. Because like if I went in with 1 mini or 5 minis, I might be shaking out my boots because now I'm not even thinking about, oh, this is going with higher time frame narrative. I'm thinking about how big my stop loss is, what happens if this could lose, versus if I just take a trade that's small and little and price is literally moving with higher time frame narrative and it's going my direction, I can add on to my positions with good psychology because I know and I'm confirming that we're going with a higher time frame. So most likely it's a higher probable chance for it to go there. So once you understand price is truly probabilities, bro, and you only take trades with a higher probability, you would only look for trades of higher prob. So you feel me? So like today's bullish. Today's purely bullish. So I'm going to position myself to take trades that's going to give me a high probability towards the narrative, which is longs. So 930 gave those longs today. It was a higher probability I was going to win. What happened? I won. 940, I'm pretty sure 940 gave a higher prob and it bought. Was it 940? 945, I mean, 946. It gave higher prob and it won. I won. But now if I entered after 950, that was a lower prob. Yes, my bias is bullish and it's correct. But during the time I entered was a low prob. So I'm really making this video for myself, but this is also for any viewers who need help on narrative and anything like that, bro, and just getting higher probability trades. Like, this can help you out. If you want to listen to me, bro, I'm gonna rewatch my own video because I'm noticing, like, as I'm demo trading, I'm learning these things. Demo trading is teaching me these things. So when I go live, you know, today's the day after Thanksgiving. I wouldn't trade today, but when I go live, I'm gonna start year 4 by crazy. He's looking at me crazy. But yeah, cuz, you feel me? And peek the crowd, bro. Like, look where we living right now, bro. That trading ending a rock. Let me stop. We in Calabasas. Get your money on y'all boys. But yeah, bro. Yeah, bro, you feel me? Just lock in, bro. Like, no cap. I'm out. All right, so this is something I recorded after the video. I kind of wanted to add something else. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you the execution that I'm talking about, so you can kind of see, because I took an entry at 930. My hands are very ashy, so I took an entry at 930, right? That gave buy signatures. It won. I took another entry at 946. It won again. Then look, I took an entry again at 949. Why my hair look like that? Cause I like a mushroom. So I took another entry at 949, and I want to show you how, yes, my narrative was correct. Yes, my bias was on point, but the quality of my trade was lower, and it was a lower probability of a trade because of the timing that I got in. Because I got in when it was displacing, but what does the market need to do to continue going up? It needs to come down, take out some more orders, to generate liquidity to continue its move. The trade ended up winning. I have the proof. It was a 2K trade, but the timing and the length of the trade that was that trade was, it just took longer, and it was just uglier. It was more chop because of the time I entered. Like, you want to enter in around 9:30 to 9:50. Then the next window to enter in, 9:45 to 11:15, or 10:30 to 11:15. You feel me? To catch moves, because my 9:49 entry was still valid, still long, direction was all clean, but the chop in between is like, it just makes it such a lower probability in a ugly trade. You want to catch clean and precise trades. You want to be a sniper. Granted, you can trade trades that goes with the narrative that, you know, that you just need to just press long and have a good stop loss where the market won't take you out at, but it's going to be so much chop. And I'm not saying I figured out trading, I finally, you know, have to crack the code, but genuinely, I'm getting to that point, because trading can be mastered. Trading can be mastered if you just master yourself. Once you have the model, you know when to enter, all you do is just have emotional discipline. I feel like for me, I've mastered through getting a mentor. I want to say mastered yet. I'm not a master yet. Well, I will see my results kind of telling me I'm mastered. But I would say I have a better understanding or better reading of the market because I learned a very good strategy. But now having the good psychology alongside with that would just make me really a true killer on these charts. So now when I on these call mines, I'm gonna just risk light. I'm gonna just risk light as hell, so I can have my psychology in check, so I can only let skill surface itself. Because I realized that when you have emotions, your emotions would be the barrier. Your skill is closed in. Once you remove your emotions and skill shows up, you're a killer. So in order to remove those emotions is my risk. So I'm gonna just trade only 5 macros from here on out. 5 macros would be my only thing I trade. 5 macros, risking about $200, $300 per trade, and literally just like holding the hell at these trades, going narrative, and only taking trades and only taking scalps that validate what the higher time frame is telling us for that day. You feel me? Like, if I clearly know the whole entire high time frame is bullish, I'm only gonna look for specific times in the market where we're getting bullish signatures. Sabia disrespect, turtle soup at bullish S&T, turtle soup at a low, Sabia disrespect, rebalance displacement. Either it's just entry off the Sabia disrespect, or it disrespected Sabia, rebalances to a BISI displacement. You feel me? You know, so, and if 940 shows that, get in 940, bro. If 930 shows that, get in 930. 950 most likely might not show that, but even if 950 shows that, get in that 950, bro. Only get in when the market is telling you what the higher time frame is doing originally. I'm gonna show you. I took 3 setups today. All of them won today. All of them won. All of them. I went 3 for 3. 930, 946, 959 was lower prob, but it ended up winning. I'm about to show the executions in a bit. I'm gonna do a voiceover over them too. But all right, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna just do it on Trading View instead of like showing you, you know, the Top Step one. Okay. So look, boom. We clearly can see that the market's bullish, right? Market's bullish. 15-minute. Let's just go ahead and go back in time so we can get everything, you know, on point. So I want you guys to see it for yourselves, so you don't get confused. Let's just go to 9:15. Cool. Clearly we can see. Okay, clearly we know the market is bullish. You know the higher time frame is bullish. It's an easy tell. Cool. Market are drawing liquidity on the 15-minute. So let's go to 5-minute, 1 minute. Cool. Now we know that this timing is 9:15. Right? We're not looking for anything right now. Let's play price. Let's play price. Let's pray price. and then just prices retracing, anticipating the drawn liquidity lower to get met. Then at 9:25, that happens. Cool. Okay, the market is selling. Hey, right now we're looking to buy right now. Cool. Right? We want to see BISI now get respected. Right? So most likely we're going to get something at 9:30. Right? So we see this BISI. Price comes back. We're in this BISI right now. Cool. Mind you, we know a high time frame is bullish. Now we want to see respect of this BISI and displacement. We know the market is bullish. This is our entry right here. This is entry number one. Entry number one. This is my entry. This is my first entry. Stop loss. I'm gonna put it at this protected low. We're gonna target drawn liquidity. Why? Because this is market open, and most likely we're gonna get this entry because it's just the higher probability that this might win. Mind you, this was also a bullish SMT, I think. And then what happens at 9:30 all the way to 9:40? We can get the drawn liquidity met. Boom. Okay, cool. That's trade number one, right? Then now that you get out, now what happens from 9? What time is this? 9:37 all the way to 9:40. Okay, boom. Now we have another one. We disrespected that SIBI right there. So now we want to see this BISI get respected for confirmation, right? Well, okay, we get displacement lower, a rebalance, another rebalance, and then boom, entry right there. This is 9:46. Another entry. Boom, right here. Stop loss at this low or this low, doesn't matter. Target liquidity or whatever. You can target liquidity again. Actually, what happens? Higher probability gets met. Yeah, at liquidity. It got edged, but it got met. Cool. We see that. Now, what I was trying to explain about the lower probable entry was me entering in at 9:49 because you got FOMO. Most likely, if you enter this and your stop loss was up there, you got whacked. But let's say your stop loss was down here, right? Your stop loss was down there, and then you just aimed price to come up here. Look what you would have dealt with. All this freaking chop. All this chop. But look, you're still safe because your stop loss is still at protected low, and higher time frame is still bullish. So even though you deal with this chop, what happens in the end? What happens in the end? Even though you deal with all this chop, let's just play price. Like your TP still is gonna get hit. You feel me? Granted, it's getting there, but at the end of the day, even though you dealt with this chop, you can move your stop higher and even target this high. Your trade would have won. Only because the higher time frame is bullish. You had a poor entry, but high time frame is bullish, and then you met your TP. So having narrative, I just passed by Lamborghini Urus signs, but I'm just telling y'all, you feel me? Literally, like if you just enter in at a specified time when the market tells you to enter, you will just win more.